Have you ever felt like quitting crypto? Well, that's when you need to step back a little bit, have a bit of a mind reset, have a little bit of a Sunday sesh where we just talk a little bit about crypto, about cycles, and about, why we're here in the first place. Obviously, if you've been through the last few months, it's been hard. And if you've been through the whole, let's say since the 2021 cycle, for me, I started at the back end of 2020. I got into crypto. So I've gone through the full cycle, and it's an emotional roller coaster, right? And any of you guys that have been there through that, and probably some of you have been through multiple cycles, right? It is hard work. Otherwise, everyone would be here. Otherwise, it'd be easy, right? Now, the fact that you have gone through that and you're still here is why you're going to win in the end, right? We're all still so early to this space. The 4-year cycle, we know you have your peak. We know 12 months later, you have your bottom there or thereabouts. You have some accumulation phase after that, and then you start back into the next run. Now, what we've obviously had thrown in here as well is Trump and the elections and all these other things that have happened over the last space of time, the broader market impacts that you can't control. You've got to realize that you can't control them, right? If you have that conviction and if you have that belief in crypto, then it shouldn't be a problem, provided you haven't invested more than you can afford, which you should never do anyway, and you've bought quality crypto. So if you have a well-balanced portfolio, you should be fine. Go and touch grass, spend time with your family, check on the markets every now and then, which is why I've been releasing those videos, and I've got them down to like 10 minutes a day to give people a quick overview of the market, quick overview of the indicators, quick overview of the big news, and they can get on with their life, right? So you're not spending so much time digging through stuff because it's not going to help, right? For me, I've got my bags. I did my research. That was a year ago. I was doing research, buying tokens, etc., because I'm thinking of tax implications and all those sorts of things and how they impact the return I need. Solid portfolio where I'm quite happy with my, you got your layer ones, your gaming, your RWAs, your DPN, a bit of a split across a few different things, good quality, blue chips. And then I've got a little bit of degen meme because who doesn't love a little bit of degen meme, right? We're in crypto. You've got to have a little bit of degen to be in crypto. So really, if you've done all those things, you're in a good position. Like, this cycle's not over. I believe it's not over. We're going to continue to see it move into the back end of the year. Now, and let's also say that, let's say worst case, the cycle was over and we're hitting those lows now. Like, if you got in a while ago, that's not too painful. If you got in recently, there's a little bit of pain. But if you bought Bitcoin, or you bought, something like Sui or Solana or Cardano or some of those solid projects that will be here in the next cycle as well, it's going to be fine. Like, it's going to be fine. 4-year cycle. In 4 years from now, those tokens will be worth more than they're worth now, right? And they're going to be worth more than if you had that money sitting in the bank getting 0.00 nothing %. So you just need to step back. Everything will be fine. We're running through. We've got a lot of positive news. We've got the regulatory news coming out. You've got the Bitcoin reserve happening. You've got things like Kraken, NinjaTrader, like growing. So exchanges are actually looking to grow. A lot of other countries are looking at bringing it on. You've got states looking at the Bitcoin reserves for their states. I mean, unfortunately, the Arizona one got vetoed by the governor. So that was not good news. But I do believe other states will do it, and we'll see that over the next few months. So that'll give us a good yardstick of where we are, and just making sure that the things you learn as you go through the cycles, like FOMO, don't jump into everything. Everything, like, don't go chasing your tail. Be clear, do your research, Make sure that you've got conviction in your picks. Memes, a little bit not so much, right? We all know they're a gamble. It's like going to the casino and throwing everything on black. It's a gamble. But in your good quality tokens or good quality projects with, they've been around a little bit. They've got good solid teams. The tokenomics stacks up. You like the narrative. All those things that you should be looking at. They've got a utility. All those things you should be looking at. If you've done your research and you've got tokens in that regard, then back yourself. Unless one of those things changes, like they lose a key team member, or something like that, or they change the tokenomics, they release more tokens than was in the original schedule, or change contracts, or whatever, and you should be researching all that stuff before you get in, if they have that capability to do that, right? So, provided you've done all of that and you're comfortable with your portfolios, then you're in a good place. You're in a good place. We're so early. Stay motivated. Stay the course is I guess what I'm saying in that. And you've got to ask yourself as well, like people often have to change their expectations as they go along. So you might be in a token that, 2 years ago you heard an influencer saying it's going to 100x, which they all do. So, that's why I will never give price predictions on this channel, because you might as well get a lucky 8 ball and see how you go. I look at the indicators. I don't do charts, because that's not me. I not what I look at. But I do look at key indicators and I do judge my investments on those. And none of those that are now or have been anywhere, and none of them have been anywhere near where I would expect them to be at a top, which is why I still feel confident. I also don't have specific price targets for tokens, because I'm relying on the indicators to tell me when I should be looking at selling, because no one knows if your token's going to $5 or $3 or $1,000. No one knows that. No one can tell you that. And if you wait for that, as happened to a lot of people, including me in the last cycle, you are likely to be left as the bag holder at the end of the day, because you've got those influencers going, it's going to go to $10. They're selling at $3, right? So, and dumping on your ass. So be careful of those sorts of things as well as you go through this cycle. Use the indicators, learn the indicators, what they mean, what you should be looking for. And you can't use, you can do whatever you want, because I'm not a financial advisor. And in the wise words of Rob from Digital Asset News, I'm not your dad. But for me, I'm not going to use one indicator. I'm using about 10 indicators, right? And I'm not waiting for someone else to tell me when to sell, because it's too late then. It's too late then. So just take stock, look at your portfolio. So as an example, I'm deep in crypto every day. So to put my 10-minute thing together that I post, takes me 4.5 hours a day to do that, with research and news and everything. I'm deep in it. Today's Sunday here in Australia. I haven't even looked at the chart. I haven't looked at my CoinGecko. I haven't looked at my wallets. I haven't looked at the chart. Haven't done any of that today. Today is I watched the footy. I spent some time with my family. I'll probably start to do something like this, just a Sunday sesh, press the button and record. I'm not going to waste my time doing editing and overlays and all these other things. I'm going to record this. I'm going to put it into YouTube, and I'm going to post it, is the plan. Every Sunday, I'm going to do a Sunday sesh, bit of a mindset reset for everyone, to look at that mental side of it, right? I think when I get through, I'm doing a 30-day sprint for the channel at the moment, but once I get through that, I'll look at doing a Sunday mindset thing like this. I'll do a weekly, maybe on the Friday or Saturday, posting a weekly update on indicators, categories, and the news and the market. So I'll capture that once a week. I'll do one of these once a week, and I'll do educational stuff in between, just stuff that I've learned along the way that I found really useful, how I research things, how to avoid scams, what is the 4-year cycle? All these different things. Like to get ideas off the audience as well, what they'd like to see. But that's sort of what I think I'll be looking at doing with the channel going forward. But again, crypto teaches you so many life lessons, right? I've learned so much in the last 5 years of doing crypto. I mean, my background's in finance and that anyway, so the number side of it and some of the chart stuff and that I was good with to start with. So that's definitely helped me, but I already knew that stuff. I think it's taught me patience. You definitely have to have patience, right? Don't look at the next shiny object, because if something's pumping, you've missed it. So doing that research early is what's really helpful. I would say along with that, you've got your self-control. I think your self-control is in not jumping into the FOMO, having that mindset and controlling your emotions a little bit more. It's definitely taught me that. It's taught me everything's a scam until proven otherwise. So even to the point of in my life outside of crypto, I won't click on any emails I don't know or see. I won't answer phone calls that are from unknown numbers. Every text I get is a lie. Your parcel from UPS is turning up tomorrow. I haven't bought anything, right? Don't click on it. So it's all those, like, just it's changed a lot of my mindset. I think that it does that to a lot of people. I think over time, I've been lucky enough to avoid the scams and things like that you get. But that's purely because I've seen other people get them, right? I got into researching scams and that very early on. And, simple things. I use a separate computer that is not plugged in to anything for things like my cold wallets and hot wallets and all those sorts of things. I've got cold wallets, hot wallets, all on another computer that is just for crypto. Just for crypto, nothing else. It's unplugged, stuck in a cupboard unless I need to get on there to do something with my wallets, or I use a Ledger or a Tangent wallet or whatever. But just those sorts of things. It's really taught me that. And if I would say anything that I'll probably leave this session on is one thing I think people don't think about enough is what happens if something happens to you, right? So a lot of guys that are in crypto, their wives or girlfriends or partners or whatever won't be into crypto. Generally, not all the time. Generally, you get that a lot, which means they wouldn't have a clue what a hot wallet is, what a cold wallet is, what a seed phrase is, if something happens to you, where is the wallet, where's the seed phrase, what do I do with it, what tokens have you got, what coins have you got, whatever. Make sure somewhere you have an action plan for if something happens to you, for your family to be able to access your crypto and get your crypto, because I don't know that enough people think of that, because everyone thinks they're bulletproof and nothing's ever going to happen. I've got things in place for me and my family, and they're aware of it and where things are and who to talk to and all those sorts of things. So make sure that if you do anything, make sure you do that. And look, the market's going to go up. We're all here. We're all in this together. It's going to be okay. Look forward to speaking to you next week and seeing how we went through the week. Take care, everybody.